Hi YouTube and welcome to my Genesis Equilibrium 20. I bought this bike back in February and I've just covered just past the 1500 mile mark with it now. I should have had a few more miles on it than that by now, but I'll just talk you through the reasons behind that in a moment. I did do an initial, well it wasn't an unboxing video, but an initial introduction video. It's back on the channel, but for those of you that haven't seen it, I'll just talk you through the quick specifications of it. It's a steel frame. Bought it for odd axes and long distance rides, made from Reynolds 725 tubes. It's size small, it's running Shimano 105 11 speed group set, compact up front, 1128 cassette on the back. It originally came with Genesis's own Jalco rims and hubs wheel set. And finishing kit, a few things have been swapped out. First of all, I'll tell you the reasons why I haven't put as many miles on it as I should have done. In the first video, I expressed concerns about how slow the bike felt. After that video was made, the reasons behind the bike feeling so slow became painfully evident. Basically, I was riding home from work one day on a shakedown ride before a long distance ride I was planning to do on it. And by the time I got to home, I could hear the rim on the rear catching the rear brakes. I thought that was odd. Stopped, had a quick look, and it seems that two of the spokes on the back wheel had come loose, allowing the rim to move over and hit the brakes. So basically the wheel on the back was buckled. Okay, no big deal. I thought I was actually quite lucky because, as I say, I was 2 days away from a long distance coast to coast ride. So I swapped the wheels temporarily for the Mavics off the tarmac, threw them on there, swapped the cassette over and threw them on there, did the ride. That ride was at overnight 155 mile from Bridlington to Liverpool. It was a bit of a ball ache, to be fair. Self-supported, overnight in March, quite cold, -6 in places. The bike performed quite well. It was quite a slow ride. It was the first really long distance ride of the year, and the bike performed perfectly well. However, afterwards I thought I'll fix the buckle on the wheels, so pulled the wheels back out the shed, got ready to true them back up again to see how they'd go, and noticed the rear hub was semi-seized. If you spun it up, they'd go okay for a while, and you lay them for a day, they'd seize back up. So that was a bit of a eureka moment about why the bike felt so slow at certain times. It must have been sapping a little bit of energy. And I did say on the introduction video that the wheels were turning the way they should be. Whether that was an intermittent issue or it just went rapidly downhill from the wheels being new, I don't know. So as a result, it spent a couple of months being laid up after I swapped the wheels back onto the tarmac until I could get these sort of refurbished. These are Fulcrum LG5s, I think. Yeah, Fulcrum LG5s. They needed new bearings at the time, so I've had the bearings replaced front and rear. And the tyres that were on them at the time were the Grand Prix 4000 S2s in 25mm. And since I've fitted those wheels and tyres to it, it's like a whole new bike. It no longer feels slow. It's doing what I need it to do. So the last couple of months I put about 500 mile on it, maybe a little bit over, and it's been going great. As a result of it being laid up, I haven't carried out the modifications to it I'd like to have done. It's still got the original chain set on the front and the original cassette on the back. I did say I wanted to put either a 36 tooth cassette on the back or a small chain set on the front. That hasn't happened due to the fact I haven't used it. I've been using the tarmac for the longer rides still. I swapped out the stem for this specialised shimmed stem that I can change the position of, because I wanted the bars significantly higher than I could get with the standard stem. Obviously this cap's incorrect. This was a second-hand purchase off eBay. It didn't come with the specific stem cap for it, so it's just a little bit of a cock up. Keep meaning to sort that out. Still got the aero bars on there. Don't get a great deal of use, I must admit. However, they do come in handy now and again. keep trying to use them, trying to build me flexibility. The Brooks B17, excellent saddle, absolutely excellent. Fully broken in now. Honestly, it's like sitting in an armchair. If you're looking for a saddle for long distance comfort and you don't mind 1,000-mile break-in period, definitely the one for you, definitely. As it conforms to the contours of your body. So theoretically after 1,000 mile it should fit like a glove. Mine is really, really comfy. I do have a long distance ride planned this weekend, or the upcoming weekend. It should be about 220 miles. I'd like to use the Genesis, however, it's Wild Wales. I'm riding there and back as well, which is putting the extra distance on. But due to the severity of the elevation, I'm going to take the tarmac because of the extra low gear and the carbon chassis. But next long distance ride I do, I think I'll take this bad boy. It's really impressed me over the last few weeks. Had some really good averages on it. Did some decent training rides on it. And there's no more problems to speak of apart from the fact the original wheel set failed and the headset, which I covered in the last video. I was a bit peeved off about the wheel set, to be fair. That shouldn't happen, especially on a bike that's designed to cover distance, for light touring duties, that type of thing. I understand they build these things to a budget, but the wheel set failing that soon on, that early on, frankly, it's unacceptable. However, I've moved on, obviously, got another set of wheels on the bike, and it's up and flying. So quite happy up to now. We'll report back when I've put some even longer rides on it. Thanks for watching. Any questions, just leave them in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. Thanks.